Welcome to the Explainer. Did you know that verifying a nurse's license in Illinois is absolutely crucial for maintaining healthcare standards and ensuring patient safety? Well, it is, and today I'm going to give you your go-to guide for uncovering everything you need to know about a nurse's credentials in the state. If you're an employer, a patient, or a healthcare professional yourself, you already know that trust is the foundation of medicine. But, trust requires verification. So let's dive right in.
I want you to think about this for a second. How do you actually verify the credentials of the people holding your life or the lives of your loved ones in their hands? It's a pretty provocative question, isn't it? When we walk into a hospital or hire a private nurse, we inherently just trust that they're qualified. But assuming someone is qualified and legally proving they hold clinical competency, those are two very different things.
And just to wrap our heads around the sheer scale we're dealing with here, look at this number, 250,000. According to the Illinois Department of Financial and Professional Regulation, there are over 250,000 active nursing licenses issued across the state. That is a massive volume of credentials that need continuous oversight. Honestly, just a single overlooked, expired license can lead to some disastrous clinical and legal outcomes.
So here is our roadmap for today's Explainer. We'll cover 1. Why verification matters. 2. The IDFPR lookup tool. 3. A step-by-step search. 4. Decoding license statuses. 5. Avoiding common pitfalls. And 6. Alternative verification methods.
Okay, Section 1. Why verification matters. Under the Illinois Nurse Practice Act, the Illinois Department of Financial and Professional Regulation, or the IDFPR for short, is the sole governing body tasked with enforcing qualifications and professional standards. Basically, they're the ones in charge. They alone hold the power to issue, renew, suspend, or revoke licenses for registered nurses, licensed practical nurses, and advanced practice registered nurses in the state.
This verification process is a critical safeguard. For employers, checking these credentials mitigates massive clinical and legal risks. You definitely don't want to hire an unlicensed nurse. For patients, it's all about absolute peace of mind. And for the nurses themselves, routinely checking your own license ensures your hard-earned standing hasn't been accidentally tripped up by a missed deadline or some random bureaucratic error.
Moving right along to Section 2, the IDFPR lookup tool.
So Illinois uses a highly specific digital system called the IDFPR MicroPack licensing system. Now, this isn't just some casual directory you'd find on a search engine. It's the official, free, real-time database provided by the state. And more importantly, it is fully approved by the Joint Commission and the National Committee for Quality Assurance for Primary Source Verification. Bottom line, when you pull data from here, it is legally authoritative.
All right, Section 3, step-by-step search.
Let's actually walk through how to do this. Step 1, visit the official IDFPR MicroPack portal online. Now double-check that you are on the correct .gov URL to avoid any fraudulent sites out there. Step 2, and this is super important, you have to use the drop-down menu in the licensing and testing section to specifically select Nursing Board or Advanced Practice Nurse. If you skip this, you're going to get 0 results. Finally, Step 3. Enter the nurse's exact name, their 9-digit license number, or even their NPI, their National Provider Identifier, if you have it. And the best part, you don't even need to create an account. It is entirely accessible to the public.
Section 4, decoding license statuses.
Finding a record is really only half the battle. Interpreting what it legally means is the next critical step. Active means exactly what it sounds like. They are in good standing with full authority to practice. Inactive means the nurse voluntarily placed their license on hold. They can't practice, but they aren't in any trouble either. Now, lapsed or expired means they missed their biennial renewal deadline and clinical practice is strictly prohibited until they reinstate it. Then we get into the heavy stuff, the disciplinary actions. Suspended means they are temporarily prohibited from practicing due to board or court action. And revoked, that means the license is permanently terminated due to severe misconduct. You absolutely need to know these terms before allowing anyone to provide care.
Section 5, avoiding common pitfalls.
So even experienced credentialing officers can run into headaches here, so let's look at some expert tips. First off, the MicroPack system has incredibly strict syntax rules. If you're typing in a license number, you must omit all spaces, periods, hyphens, and any alphabetical prefixes. It has to be exactly 9 numerical digits, no exceptions. Second, and this is a really unique rule for Illinois, they explicitly prohibit certified paper copies for nurses. Other professions can request them, but if you mail a request for a paper nursing license, they will straight up reject it. Also, if you run into weird database errors or think the information is outdated, don't panic. Your best move is to contact the IDFPR support desk directly to resolve any discrepancies before you make a hiring decision.
Section 6. Alternative verification methods.
Sometimes the standard tool just won't give you the full picture. You've got to know when to use the IDFPR versus the National Nurses Database. You use the IDFPR single license lookup for direct, standard Illinois licenses. Pretty straightforward. However, Illinois does not issue multi-state compact licenses directly, so if you're verifying a nurse who practices in Illinois under a multi-state license from another state, or if a nurse is applying for an endorsement from out of state, you must use the Nurses Quick Confirm database. That's your go-to for those specific scenarios.
And hey, we can't forget about our allied health professionals. If you're trying to verify a certified nursing assistant, a CNA, or an unlicensed direct care worker, you actually won't find them in the IDFPR nursing database at all. You have to go to an entirely different system called the IDPH Healthcare Worker Registry. It's totally mandated for verifying aid employment, so keep that one bookmarked.
Finally, our conclusion and recap.
Let's bring all these technical steps back down to earth and look at their real-world impact. Ultimately, taking a few minutes to click through a state database accomplishes three monumental things. It safeguards public health by keeping unqualified individuals away from vulnerable patients. It prevents massive, costly legal liabilities for healthcare employers. And for the nurses themselves, it maintains continuous professional compliance, ensuring their hard-earned careers remain active, accurate, and fully protected. Now, before we wrap up, I do need to give you a quick professional heads up. This explainer is for informational purposes only and should not be considered legal advice. You should always consult directly with the Illinois Department of Financial and Professional Regulation or your own legal professionals for specific guidance on credentialing.
I'm going to leave you with this final thought to ponder. Think about your last clinic visit, or maybe the nurses working at your local hospital. Are the healthcare professionals in your life actively verified today? Now that you have the tools and the exact steps, you never have to guess again. You literally have the power to verify right at your fingertips. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep learning, keep verifying, and stay safe out there.